All right. Hey, everyone. Uncle V here, and I want to show you something. Do you see what this is? You see what this is right here? Henry, my guest Henry, what do you see here? What do you see?
I think I see a white paper.
A white paper, or maybe something else. Maybe it looks like a napkin. A little bit of a napkin.
Yeah, it looks like a ripped napkin there. Yeah.
Ripped napkin. Yeah. You know what's on this side?
Some scribbles.
Yeah. Guess what? Some of the best businesses on the planet were started on the back of a napkin. Would you agree? Would you agree?
I would agree.
Including, I might add, if you just bear with me here, including, I want to just kind of show you something. This might look, okay, let me get over here. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Let me go here. Including that, right? Am I right? Is this what we're here to talk about tonight, Henry? M2 Cash?
That is one of the products of a great idea that started on a napkin.
On the back of a napkin.
With some guys who are a lot smarter than I am. I'll say that.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna grant you your false humility, because maybe it's not false. But I'm gonna say if we were talking about this earlier, anyone who was sitting around a table and had a napkin, and you were part of the chicken scratch for the back of the napkin, I'm just calling you a founding member of this team. So welcome to the show, Henry. I live streamed earlier to announce to people that you were going to be on the show, or I didn't even say your name, but let me just see if there's anybody in there. Yep, we got No Place I'd Rather Be, Air 2. Welcome to the show. Okay, so Henry, where do I start, man? It's like I had no idea you existed or your company existed before I was a guest on another friend's channel this weekend. And I'm go in there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be chatting, give them a little background, Uncle V story. And then there were a couple of speakers before me, and you were one of them. And while you were talking, man, I'm a yellow note guy. And I'm sitting here pulling my yellow stickies, and I'm writing down, and I'm like, shit, man, everything was like, I like this. I like this guy. This sounds good. This resonates with me. Sometimes you have a bullshit detector, and other times you have a truth meter. My truth meter was just kind of going like this. And so afterwards, there was another speaker, and there was this moon drop or something like that. And I went down that rabbit hole and got through the weekend, took a deep breath, took a long cigar walk, talked to my people. And then today it was just bothering me that I just didn't, I knew that Saturday that I had acquired some M2, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know where I could find it. And so I reached out to Micah. He connected me with you as a founding member. You and I had a nice hour conversation, and I was like, man, we need to just take it to the channel so that we could have the same conversation and other people could learn about you, the company, the project, M2, and ultimately how to acquire it if people should wish. So that's a long tee up to welcome you to the show, Henry. Give us a little backstory, and you intrigued the hell out of me. Are you frozen? Oh, say it isn't so, people. We have Henry that's frozen. Okay. Flat smack. I'm here. All right. Hey, guys, watching from Birmingham, UK. You are fooled no more. Okay. Henry is frozen. So I'm thinking, Henry, that you may want to if you can still hear me, if you may want to call back in. In the meantime, my wife never listens to my stuff.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, Uncle G, I can hear you.
You can hear me, but I can't see.
Yeah.
You're frozen. So your computer froze on you.
Oh, my computer froze on me.
Yeah. Your computer froze. So you are a handsome fella, though. There you go. Now you finally broke through, it looks. Well, now you're frozen again.
Here, hold on one second. Well, you know what? While I'm freezing and unfreezing, let's talk about what's going on in the industry. What happened like 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, with guys who are much smarter than me.
Sure. So you're talking about the founding of your company project, yes?
Right. Now, I'm going to move to another room. See this, and this is the beauty of adoption, right? Turn another light on here. Go closer to my router. Let's see what happens. For the people that are new to the space, nothing ever goes perfect in this space. So you got to realize that.
That is true. But you've had 3.5 years to catch up, man. You know.
Oh man, we're not even in adoption yet. People think, crypto's like 8 or so years old. Some people will say, well, I've had a Bitcoin wallet for, I don't know, 5 years, so that's adoption. No, we haven't even started adoption, guys.
Yeah, I can't wait to dig in your definition of adoption as it relates to your project, because that ultimately people's little detector should raise. When Henry talks about adoption as it relates to this project, that is when any early investment in this project becomes like life-changing. Now, this channel is not investment advice, and I am out of the coin recommendation business, but we are going to be presenting you some facts, and you can make big boy, big girl decisions yourself. Okay, I think we lost you.
Hey, I can hear you though. I dialed in.
Okay, you dialed in. All right. So
so I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. So until you come back on, because I know that we're gonna want to do a screen share. But why don't you just give us a little backstory, just from the beginning? We know nothing about you in this project. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so this project, again, which was started by guys much smarter than me, started roughly 3.5 years ago. I was brought into it shortly after it started by one of the grandfathers of the whole project. And really my role in this whole adventure is to find people who are smarter than me to be part of the project.
Okay.
Hence I'm here on the phone with you, Uncle V, because this whole thing is about a collective, man. It's about driving adoption. So the project started through some guys who were part of the EOS chain. If the guys on the phone don't know EOS, go check them out on coinmarketcap.com. EOS is one of the top chains out there. And they broke away from it, started our own chain, which is called the Opus blockchain. And Opus, OPES. And again, we've been in digital silence, so we've stayed that way for the past 3.5 years.
So it's called what is it?
OPES. Opus.
Dot what?
Yeah, like. Oh well, that's the name of the chain, Opus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Fine. What is the what's the your primary website that I just want to pull up if you can't screen share? The breeze, whatever.
Yeah. So, well, the main site is bsocial.tv.
B B
But
spell it.
yeah, Bees, BEES, social TV.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah, there we go. That's
bsocialtv.com.
YouTube. So let me do .com.
Yeah.
And come on, baby. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna go over here and just do a quick screen share. And there we go. So, all right. Why don't you just give us a little overview of Bees Social? How does it relate to is
Yeah.
this core project?
Yeah, so Bees Social TV became like the marketing media company for our project. So let me give a little history on Opus. So
Okay.
the Opus blockchain is built as a payment system. Most chains out there cannot compete with processing speed like Visa and MasterCard.
Is it Opus.1 or Opus.pe?
Opus.pe is a breakoff. Opus.1 is one of our founding.
Which one should
partners.
I show everyone?
Do Opus.1.
All righty. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, yeah. So we're built really as a financial network. That's what we're built as.
Okay.
So it's the whole purpose is to exchange value, to democratize the ability, meaning to put the power of your money into the hands of individuals. That's the whole purpose behind it. So we're able to run on our chain transactions at the same speed of Visa, MasterCard. Now, a lot of blockchains will say they're able to do that, but that's really not possible. The long-term goal, again, this is when we hit adoption. The long-term goal is to bring credit-backed derivatives, which is basically lending and borrowing, to our chain. Okay, so now what I just said is a year and a half, 2 years down the road.
All right.
For the last 3 years, Uncle V, we've said, well, let's see how we can bring people into blockchain from the ground up. Now, mind you, the guys that started this have a ton more information, ton more knowledge, ton more reach than I do. They said, well, let's not go to our VCs. You know, we could have brought 100, 200 million in from the beginning. They said, let's do this from the ground up. Let's go one by one, hold everybody's hand, the mechanic, the teacher, the plumber, the engineer, the accountant, the soccer mom, you know, the student, the grandmom who just needs something more to do, you know, the new business owner. Let's hold everybody's hand and let's walk them through the process of what is blockchain, what is decentralized finance, how do you get a wallet? No, it's not the wallet in your back pocket. It's actually a wallet on your computer on a blockchain. What's the difference between centralized and decentralized? What's it mean if you have a wallet that's on a centralized network versus a cold storage wallet where you own everything? And if you forget the password, there's no one for you to call because it's decentralized. You're the owner. You're your own bank. So we spent about, this started last year when we were able to start that movement, because really it's a movement, which is paralleling what you're doing, Uncle V, which is awesome. We started that movement, and after roughly 6 or so months, this this group, and I mean, I can only use the word motley crew because it kind of speaks to itself, right? But really, it's a group of normal, everyday men and women, just like me and you, our families, who are saying, I see blockchain, I want to get into it, I have no idea what to do. We took those people and we started a seed pool for our Opus chain, which is on Balancer. Hold on one second, maybe I can, because my VPN's rerouting, I'm sorry. But okay. we did it on Balancer, and I'll send you right now the Balancer address so you can see what we've done. But on Balancer, this group is now, well, last I looked, we were number 4 in all of the Balancer pools.
So, okay, this is an Uncle V question coming at you right now. Okay?
Yeah, man.
What the hell's Balancer?
Okay. So Balancer is one of the main DEXs, they're called, decentralized exchanges.
Okay.
And on Balancer,
what DEX is. Finally it hit me what DEX is. Decentralized exchange. Jesus. Right in front of me. Okay, thank you.
There you go.
I'm a little up the on-ramp, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, I got you, man. So we went on Balancer, and I just sent you the Balancer exchange link in Telegram. So we said, okay, we'll go on Balancer and we'll do a pool where we are incubating. Get this, we are incubating 7 projects. Now these projects are not your Shiba Inu, your Doge Elon, your meme coin, crypto that has nothing behind it but a fancy picture, and literally Uncle V, a couple lines of code.
Okay, right.
That's so all these coins are.
It's not a unique shitcoin.
Right.
Okay. This yours have some balls.
Yeah. Ours have, and here's the key. These 7 projects that we're launching.
Yeah.
And I'll highlight them, but the 7 projects that we're launching, each one of these projects has an existing community. They have a purpose to the community, meaning there's actually a sustainable reason that it exists. It's not just to make money. Like that right there is big.
Yep.
And they already have in their community, they have influence.
Okay.
So that's sustainable.
Yeah.
So
each project is solving a problem of some sort.
Yeah, each project. So for example, the first project, and we'll show this if you go on the Balancer, you can see this. The first project is StarWire. One of the big problems. Did you
send me the Balancer link in the Zoom chat? Can you do it there?
Let me see.
So I don't have to go back and forth to.
Okay, you know what? Let me just talk through the 7 of them.
You bet.
And then I'll send the link, and we can look at look at the result of what we're talking about.
Perfect.
Yeah. So this is great, right? We started with StarWire. If you look in Hollywood, a lot of people in Hollywood have a problem getting paid. Budding actors and actresses, they go on projects. And for those in the entertainment industry, a lot of them get shafted.
Okay.
So you bring that into blockchain. Your film is an NFT. Everyone who is on the film is part of the code, the actual smart contract. So nice. when that project goes out and it gets funding, et cetera, everybody gets paid automatically. Okay. There's a problem that's solved.
Yep.
Next one is Lift. It's a missions fund. These guys are huge. They've been in existence for decades.
Spell it.
This is one of my missions, MISSIONS .fund, FUND.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite ones because, as you know, like when you donate to certain nonprofit organizations, for every dollar you donate, maybe 30%, 30 cents on the dollar goes to the actual boots on the ground work.
Right. Right.
So they said, let's change that.
Okay.
They came into our network. Uncle V presented a pool for them, a decentralized finance pool. People can put their liquidity in it, which means you just put your money, your crypto money, if we can use that word, though that's not the proper definition. We put the crypto money into that pool for them. It yields their token, meaning you get a return on it. They use that value now to go and build the orphanage, to go feed the hungry, to go clothe people that don't have clothing.
Okay.
Totally revolutionizing how you donate to these projects.
So you're donating the use of your funds.
Mm-hmm.
But but those coins are still yours.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you're getting a yield on those. But is that yield then what is paying for the orphanages, or?
No, the market capitalization. So let's say they get 50 million into their pool. Well, they can leverage that 50 million. But that 50 million is actually us, and we are receiving a return, which is the token, right? Where it's yielding the token, which is ours to hold, and that token is going to rise in value. So it's the best of both worlds. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I mean, in my newbie brain, that would be like staking your coin, your first Bitcoin on BlockFi, and getting 6% on it. So you stake it on there. Let's say that you staked it on at 40,000, and now it's 50. And in the meantime, on a daily basis or whatever they pay, weekly or whatever, you're getting 6% on that Bitcoin. So you're getting that's rolled back into it. So ultimately, after your committed staking period, which I don't know how long that would be, you are going to have the value of the coin, which should have risen, if over time. And you're also going to have benefited from the interest that you receive, probably in the same denomination or in Bitcoin, that is rolled into that. So, versus holding your Bitcoin on your Trezor wallet and still having the Bitcoin and it's still rising. So that doesn't change. But what you don't have is you do not have that interest, if you will, that you've received on it. Do I have that right?
Close. Yeah. Instead of the return being an interest like on Nexo, the yield is actually the token for the project. So the mission fund, they have a token. It's tokenized. So their token name is Lift. Like StarWire's token is STR for Star.
Okay.
Right. So in these pools you go in, you're actually yielding their tokens.
Okay, so just to break it down to my brain. So let's just use that Bitcoin. But let's say I put that Bitcoin in your orphanage project, and you have a coin called ORPH associated with that project. That is your tokenized project. So my Bitcoin is going to yield me ORF coins back.
Yeah.
Do I have it right now?
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's exactly right. And here's what's great about these projects is that when you stake, like let's say you stake one Bitcoin, after a year And right now, actually, these 7 projects are yielding for 2 years. After 2 years of yielding, let's say you get, 10,000 ORF tokens.
Yeah.
And then you unstake your 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, you get back your 1 Bitcoin.
Right.
So, and this is very key. This is very key, and we'll go through these. But one thing we're really big on is don't give your money to someone else. Don't give your asset up. Mm-hmm. Because for example, when you stake in these, you're staking on a smart contract that's immutable, and you're hooking your MetaMask wallet up. Everything is still under your control.
Okay.
You're not giving it to some company that can disappear and say, "Oops, we're having problems with whatever."
It's happened.
It's happened. I hear it all the time, and I tell people, no, don't give your money up to someone you don't know.
Right. So in essence, I mean, this is turning you into, we talk about crypto turning you into your own bank. So this is turning you into your own lender. Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Both, because you're lending to yourself, you're lending to a project also.
Yeah.
So it's twofold actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me run through, if you don't mind, the other. So the other one is NFTS. For those who are listening, a lot of you might be aware of NBA Top Shots.
Yep.
That's NFTs. Some of the guys that are part of that project understand what we're doing, I'll say, and we rub elbows with them. Mm-hmm. And obviously they're solving a problem, which is people want to do a lot of trading cards, so to speak. But so how do you do these trading cards digitally? Well, that's what NFTS.solutions is doing. Then you have Pixel. IU Pixel, and this is for NFT real estate. People are creating NFTs left and right. Well, where do you sit them in digital space? What if I create an NFT and Mark Cuban has an NFT in digital space? I might want to sit mine next to his. Well, you can buy real estate digitally through IU Pixel. Okay. And then there's Waifu. Waifu is a big anime project. People love anime. Everyone from kids to adults. They love watching anime, martial art based, kung fu type of animation movies.
Yep.
Huge. That's a huge following. There's another one is Impact, which is a global impact challenge. They're, again, global sustainability. They work purely with sustainable green type projects. And then the next one is Gift. A lot of people would actually be familiar with Gift. This is the group that does saving animals globally. They reclimate a lot of the plastics in the ocean. Okay. And they make those little bracelets out of them. You might see them in gift shops, things like that. It's really cool what they're doing. I mean, they're pulling tons and tons of junk literally out of the waters. Wow. Every year. Yeah, and we've tokenized them, and they're in our pools also. So those are the initial 7. There's 2 more coming up that I can't talk about because we haven't launched their seed pools yet. To kill us. Yeah, and I don't know how to kill this whole interview too. It'll have to self-destruct at the end of it.
Right.
Right. But those are the 7, and they're all great. They're all 100% great. I mean, I know that each one of those are going to be billion-dollar market caps.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that. And here's why. I
believe that. Yeah, that when I was listening to you on Saturday, it was like, this guy has major substance, and I like the projects that you were because I could envision the use cases. So For anybody out there listening, this could be a very important interview for you, because this could be something that you after you share it with us just a little bit more and how to access and how to get involved with your projects. I know I'm in.
Well, let me give you some perspective here. If you go to pickle.finance,
okay, let's do that.
Sushi Swap. You'll see that these have.
Tell me, just give me one that you want me to go to.
All right, Pickle.
PICK.
Yeah, like the pickle. Yeah, if you go to like
.com or
actually an easier way so that you can have more to base it off of. If you go to like coinmarketcap.com.
Yep. Okay, let me share screen. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, there's coin market cap. All right, now
now go in their search and just type in pickle.
Pickle Finance?
Yep.
All right. Talk to us about pickle.
All right. You see it's trading for $20?
Yep.
All right. You see that market cap on there? Almost 20 million?
Where? Right here. 27 million?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Fully diluted valuation. So you're talking about a couple lines of code, and this is not a bad thing. I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So just to be clear, this is not your project. This is not one of your projects. This is a demonstration of how a couple lines of code and a coin name can have a $27 million market cap, right?
Right. Exactly.
Now, educate me on this. When I see market cap, does that mean that that's the amount of money people have invested into this?
Yeah, basically.
So when I see Bitcoin at $1 trillion, that means 1 trillion people have money into Bitcoin. That is the market cap.
Well, it means that people have put $1 trillion into it.
Okay,
not that 1 trillion people have.
That's important. Okay, so it's not that there's 1 trillion in it now? No, I guess, wait a minute. There would still, no, because somebody could take their Bitcoin and exchange it for Ethereum, right?
Right.
So now the people have a different coin, but that Bitcoin is still a Bitcoin. So I see. So it's the cumulative.
Yeah.
So from the beginning of time, since coins started getting mined and people started buying them at a penny, at $1, at $20, at $1,000, at $50,000, all that money that poured in there is tracked, and that becomes the market cap. Okay.
Right.
Understood.
Right.
So this Pickle Finance, somebody had a white paper and a couple lines of code, and they basically put on their promo hat and they went out and started talking about this, and they got people. And so is this what we would classify as just a typical shit coin?
I wouldn't label it as that because they have a following and they're trying to do something, but I just mainly want to point out the simplicity of it.
Okay.
In other words, there's no real problem that's being solved, so to speak. It doesn't have.
How would I know? How would I know by looking at that? Where would I understand this? As someone saying, okay, I'm going to start figuring this out.
That's a lot of research. So you'd have to go into the coin history.
Okay, I got
it. Which is exactly why you and I are doing this interview.
Yeah.
Because how do you find this stuff? I wouldn't know if I wasn't part of the community I'm in.
Okay.
I would have no clue, right? one other coin, just for example's sake.
Yep.
Go ahead and type in sushi, like the sushi that you eat at a restaurant.
Sushi swap.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard about it. Seems like it has a lot of buzz. Seems like maybe they're paying a lot of influencers, because I hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
So this one has.
Look at the market cap. Not the fully diluted. Huh?
What's that? So what's the difference between market cap and fully diluted market cap?
The fully diluted valuation, it kind of goes to arbitrages between all the exchanges out there. Coin market cap doesn't pick up everything, so I would just go with the market cap itself.
So you would look at, like, if you're going to just try to get into the discipline of actually understanding these coins that we're investing in, going to look at the market cap. You'd look at the market cap, not the fully diluted. You wouldn't. You'd just like, okay, let's just focus.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what's this telling you? 2 billion.
Yep. Well, it's over 2.5 billion, right? With a B.
Well, I see 1.9 billion.
Okay. That's the arbitrage. That's interesting. So about 2 billion then. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for what?
Right. Well, so Sushi Swap is what we are becoming. The thing is, now here's what I want to point out. The Sushi Swap has a purpose for exchanging. Bees.social has a purpose for exchanging. The difference is, what are we doing in the background? Those 7 projects that are listed, those are projects that actually have existing communities.
Okay.
So when you bring existing communities into blockchain, you already have your adoption.
Built-in audience. Yeah, you have built-in adoption.
Yeah. So all you have to do is actually guide them, which is what you're doing, Uncle V.
And so is M2 what we're guiding specifically here people towards? So M2 is what is the parallel to Sushi Swap?
No, M2 is the parallel to trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin would be M2, right? And taking it to a place like Sushi Swap, which would be the bees.social exchange.
Ah, okay. So bees.social, you don't even have, or do you? Is there the same sushi for bees.social?
No.
Okay.
No. Sushi is a project on its own, totally different.
But is that in your future? There's going to be a bees, like BES, token at some point to where people can invest in, and then under that umbrella is going to be things like M2?
No, Bees. No one owns Bees Social. Bees Social is the media arm of our Opus projects. You come into Bees Social, and Bees Social is the community that says, "Hey, today we have Uncle V, and Uncle V is going to teach us some things about blockchain, as well as all our other community members, and we're going to promote all of you guys so that we can all drive adoption together. Here's 7 projects that we've already collectively helped get off the ground." Uncle V, what do you have to say? You see? Okay.
So this is where people can come get educated. You're going to do your level best to be able to influence people to go to the right, along the right direction. You're going to educate them, and basically, this is the area of evangelism, training and evangelism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Exactly. So if somebody like us newbies, if somebody is like, these projects sound good, but I just don't know how all this shit works. It's like,
right.
what does it mean to me? I have fiat dollars in my bank. I know what Coinbase is now. Finally, somebody's telling me about these offline cold storage wallets. That's about where I am. So what? How does Bees Social help me? You know what?
Right.
What does this mean to my financial future? You know, this is all great and kumbaya, but what about me? And this is where people would go to just, you know, start their journey. This is the beginning of the journey.
We'll answer every single one of those questions, just like you're doing.
Yeah.
And I want to keep wrapping that back around to the fact that it's exactly what you're doing, because your group, your channel is right in sync with our whole motto, principles before profits. You have to help people to learn what to do to get onto blockchain. Now, if you can, go to that balancer link if you could.
Did you send it?
Because no, actually I didn't. Hold on one second.
Okay.
If you actually just go to pools.balancer.
Hold on.
.exchange.
Let me open another window. Pools.balancer.
Yep. .exchange.
Balancer.exchange. All right. Let me screen share. Okay. Okay. So we are here. Now, what would you like me to do?
Okay, you see where it says explore pools? If you hit the hamburger on the top left, the menu.
Explore pools right here.
Yeah.
I clicked on it.
All right. Another page pops up.
Nothing comes up. I'm clicking. There's create a pool, explore a pool. So right here, there's an exchange, automatic portfolio manager. I don't think that's what you're looking for.
No, so on the top left, you see the menu?
Yeah, it says explore pools, create pool, exchange, and about.
Right. Hit the first one, explore pools.
I did.
Okay.
This is a page I'm showing.
Okay, then you see the page is assets, and then the first line, the market cap on that pool, which is wrapped Ethereum and wrapped BTC, it says 449 million, basically.
Yep.
Okay, and then the second line.
322. Oh,
okay,
shit, that's
now,
you.
You see those projects?
That's you.
Yeah, those are the projects that I was listing earlier.
Okay, let's see. Someone clicks on it. This is a higher risk pool that contains one or more unlisted tokens. Let me just read this. A liquidity pool is only as good as its weakest token. If a token were blacklisted, infinitely minted, frozen, or exploited in any other way, the value of this pool could go to zero. Balancer Labs is never liable. Okay, so this is lawyer speak here, but probably merited because I'm sure some people got screwed. So tell us about...
Well, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that really quickly because that's important.
It is,
There are hundreds of pools in here. DeFi pools are very big, very big. They're taking over banking industry. DeFi is the new bank. Well, a lot of people get screwed because you go into a pool. What if all the projects have nothing behind it? And we just run a pool so that people come and invest, and then we pull the rug out from under them.
Right.
None of our coins are listed. So you're going to get that warning sign.
You could start a pool called Bernie.
Yeah, literally.
Bernie Madoff.
I want to tell you a little I'm gonna tell you a little horror story real quick before I get into M2, Uncle V.
Okay. You bet.
Listen to this. Listen to this. There was a coin recently that was called Scam Coin.
Okay.
It was called Scam Coin. The creators, they marketed Scam Coin with an attractive lady saying, I got my Scam Coin. I'm not going to get anything out of it. Go buy yours now.
Oh, God.
They created $70 million worth of liquidity.
Wow.
$70 million worth of liquidity. And guess what they did?
A hot chick in the truth?
Yeah.
Which is, we're going to scam you?
And they did.
Right.
They
legitimately
removed all their liquidity and they left everybody holding the bag.
Amazing. And they did it in your face, and people are just so gullible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, were these people because they were so in your face with the truth? Was there anything illegal about that, or no?
No. I mean, unfortunately, it's the Wild West. It's smart contracts. So if you put a contract out there on Ethereum blockchain, you know.
Okay. Okay. So everybody get that? This is tuition, guys. He just told you a story, and this is
right. So wow. So here's the protection of what we're doing. Guys like you, also bees.social, our community, we vet projects. None of the projects that come through our community are projects that have not been vetted.
Okay.
So all these 7 projects, we know they're real. We know they have purpose. We know they solve a problem, and we know that they have influence and a community.
Okay.
It's not going. None of these are going to be a scam coin.
Right.
Now we don't know where they're going as far as how big their communities will get, but that's not the point. The point is creating a place where people can go to get behind something that is decentralized, that solves a problem that you're interested in.
Okay, solve this problem for me. I'm looking at everybody's swap fees as 0.01, 0.2, 0.3, 0.3, 0.15, 10. What's 10% swap fee?
That goes to the community.
Okay. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so our community, we're heavily community driven. So this is a good segue into M2 actually, because our community is the community that built the pool itself. Nobody's paid in what we do. Our community then brings in the liquidity in the community, those fees go right back into the support of maintaining the community. Most of these projects here, Uncle V, they have a couple of liquidity holders that all those fees go to. And they're not sustaining other projects. That one pool is sustaining 7 new projects that are coming out shortly.
Okay,
you see what I mean? So you're talking about an initiative to create sustainability.
Okay, so another way to look at this, I guess, why is everyone else's swap fees so small? Because they could make the same claim. They could say, "Oh, we're part of a community."
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They can make the same claim, absolutely. And I would say, okay, show us your projects.
Okay. So you said something earlier that got my attention, because everything I see this last week has been about Shibi, Shibiuni, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, the meme coins, right?
What's it? Yeah. So tell me about that. As far as you said, something like most of the coins are held by 4 wallets or something like that.
Yeah, so a lot of these coins are like, when they're created, there'll be a certain percentage that are held by the creators. Like, for example, you look at what Vitalik did to Shiba Inu, right? They gave him like 50% of their tokens. And then he quote unquote donated them. And he just dropped the market. Well, that's not a fair model. Because if you want to create something that's truly decentralized, then everybody has to have the same access to the tokens. Everybody. I can't reserve a billion of them for myself.
Okay, right.
Just because I'm the guy that created the code. Well, that's what usually happens.
Okay.
So if you look on the contracts on all of these tokens, you'll see that there's a handful of people that hold the major wallets, and they're all legacy wallets, meaning a lot of these guys didn't go out there and make a level playing field where they say, okay, everybody in the community, it's live. Let's all go buy it together now.
Got it.
No, right. They said, all right, everybody, it's live, but I reserve 10% of the market for myself.
Interesting. Okay. So they're holding that back. So when the price does go up, they've never made an investment except a sweat equity investment, right?
If that sometimes. But the point is it's not fair. It's just not a level playing field. And they can dump on you at any moment.
Right.
And most people, Uncle V, most people don't know what their exposure is. They just don't.
Well, most people don't know shit about anything when it comes to crypto. So that's a fair statement. And by the way, I know in your community, Uncle V walks around with a tank top, smoking a cigar, spitting, and I'll swear every once in a while. So I hope that doesn't offend your community. Doesn't offend mine. Doesn't offend mine. They kind of like it.
Well, here's the thing. Seriously, and I'm glad you said that. Here's the thing, because your community is our community, and our community is your community.
Got it.
And you'll see that. I mean, we're speaking theoretically here, but you'll see that when you come into our community, you'll say, "Hey, these are all my guys."
Got it. So tell me about these 7 projects. I'm not seeing M2.
Right. So I'm glad you said that. So M2 is created to be a means of exchange that is 100% pure on our Opus blockchain. It's separate from all of these projects.
Okay.
And what we want to do is give everyone, meaning everyone on the planet, an opportunity to create a store of value. So here's what we did. Now, we explained briefly typically how coins are created. Even Bitcoin, there's like 12 major wallet holders with Bitcoin. Right? Okay. With all of these coins, it's like that. There's something that the creators hold back. Well, when the creator of M2, these guys are geniuses, by the way. I mean, savants. You'll get to meet them. Richie and the whole dev team. The guys are amazing.
Okay.
Our marketing team, Ray and all the guys, and Vince, and they're just amazing. These guys. I'm just glad to be a part of the crew, man. Yeah. I just keep my arms and legs in the vehicle at all times. Man. These guys are amazing. So they created it to be purely decentralized. No one owns the token, meaning no one has the keys to the token itself, and the creators have to go get it the same way I have to go get it, the same way you have to go get it. So nobody's holding back anything. Now, typically,
can I ask? And I also interrupt. I also absolutely always interrupt. So make sure you know what you were talking about. You mentioned Richie, and that sent me on a little rabbit trail on my cell phone. Is he also involved with Pulse Chain?
No.
Okay, because somebody is telling me about Pulse Chain, And I'm like, how do I get it? What do I do? And then he sent me something. He said, this is another Richard Hart project. And he is probably the smartest crypto dude ever. So I saw Richard. I didn't know if it's the same Richie.
Nah,
Okay, sorry. Okay.
that's fine. Everything we're doing is in digital silence. We're not on any public exchanges yet.
What does
So-
digital silence mean to a newbie?
Yeah, to a newbie, it means if you go on CoinMarketCap, if you go on CoinGecko, you won't find us.
Okay.
You have to know where to look.
Okay, so you're out there, but you're it's like you got to have the treasure map to be able to find you.
Yeah, and that's on purpose. So
Right.
again, grassroots, right, from the ground up, people like me and you, it's us. It's
Okay.
we. I mean, the community it's fabulous. It's the neatest thing because it's like family, really.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. I don't have a better description because everybody brings their value to make the whole thing work.
Well, it's kind of like I don't know. After this last year, I've fantasized a lot about finding a, big plot of land where there's a bunch of like-minded people and we all say, all right, screw it. Let's just meet there. All right. Let's meet there, grab your gear, whatever you're good at, come, and we're going to figure out what everyone's talented in. We're just going to create this community together because everybody can contribute something. We all have our sweet spots, right? And for example, believe it or not, I'm a little more on the extroverted side, but there may be some people that are more, reclusive and just a whiz at writing code or just a whiz at finances, and their brain works different. But guess what? You put us together in a group together, and all of a sudden we're leveraging each other, and you can turn a big plot of land into a ranch, a working ranch. So welcome to our ranch.
Exactly, yeah, literally welcome to our ranch. And in this blockchain ranch, M2 is being made so it can be mined on mobile devices, so that the people who live in the most distressed parts of the world have a way through proof of activity to acquire the coin.
Okay, so while they're watching Netflix, swiping right, swiping left, they're going to be able to have their little phone in the background, just digging for M2 gold.
Yeah, and they will have to do certain activities to dig.
Okay.
So it's literally trading your time, and it's done. I'm telling you, these guys, geniuses, right? Not me. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
Not me. So think about it though. You if you're going to put a coin out, we put this coin out and it started at 100 million in liquidity. That's what the creators put out to make it happen.
Okay, what does that mean to me though? Okay, I'm not a finance dude, even though I got my degree in finance, believe it or not. But I cheated a lot, and I drank a lot in college, and I was a good magician. But that's about it. I was able to get good grades through college, but nothing stuck. So when I hear about 100 million in liquidity, does that mean they all put 100 people put $1 million in each?
It's sort of,
Wow.
because I don't want to get into a lot of technicals because I can only go so deep in that swimming pool.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you build these coins, there's tokenomics behind it, and you have to leverage finances. For example, when some of these coins are created, there might be, I don't know, $100,000, $200,000 worth of Ethereum put in liquidity behind the token, so that when people start buying it, there's a representation of what you're buying.
Wait a minute. Time out. You just connected a dot. So with this new project my buddy was talking about, he was talking about, okay, there's going to be a point in time to where you're going to have to send some of your hex tokens, or you could send ETH tokens and you burn them. Is that what you're talking about, to where people are putting the tokens in to create the liquidity pool? Mm-hmm. And for that, you get out of that a new token that then hopefully goes like that? Is that the idea here?
Yeah, that's the progression.
So you're really becoming the kind of angel investors at the beginning. You're taking your fiat dollars, you're figuring out how to get them onto an exchange, you're buying some ether, it goes up, whatever, you have your portfolio, and now somebody gets you hooked into these type projects, which, could go to zero or they could go to the moon. And you're like, okay, I'm in. Yeah, I'll take a flyer on 10% of my ETH. I'll put it over into this project. Now, in return, I'm going to be getting, because you guys, everybody, likes to, from a unit economic standpoint, they're just $5,000 of Bitcoin is 0.00004 something, right? Whereas $5,000 of X coin could be like, you have 2 million tokens, right?
Right.
So that feels better. I put a little ETH and I got 2 million tokens back. It feels better, but I'm saying that in jest. But what you're really getting back is the tokens now, which in my mind would be, okay, this is ground floor economics here, because you are literally funding at a ground floor level like an angel investor, and nobody knows. No normal person out there knows about these projects. Now, there are people like us or in the community, and that's why the communities are important, because you can attract others. You can say, hey, come over here, look behind this door. This is pretty cool. If you get in on this now, there could be a lot of shysters doing the same thing, and probably why they came up with the term shitcoin to begin with, that, pumps and dumps. But right. We're talking about, if you get a good one that is a good quality project, you literally could be talking about getting something in for fractions of a penny that one day could grow up to be, like you were showing us over here on Sushi Swap, $15. Am I right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think I'm getting
it. Yeah, now let's look at the purpose behind it, though. If you want a coin created that is going to sustain a global economy, which is going to be exchanges of value,
okay,
you can't have people in distressed parts of the world saying, oh wow, I can mine this coin and let's say I get $10 every 2 weeks from what I'm doing, the work I'm doing, proof of activity. That $10 worth of that coin can now go buy the eggs, or the milk or whatever they need.
Right.
Because more than what, 60% of the world lives on less than $1 a day, right?
What percentage
That's just
is that?
fact. More than 60.
Oh, 60?
I don't know what the exact I don't know what the exact percentage is, but I know it's that high.
Jeepers.
Yeah, so think about it. If you want to create, the creator of this, his idea is to provide something for people to actually use. Well, that value can't be like a roller coaster where one day it's $1, next day it's 20 cents.
Right.
You can't do that to people, right? Hence, creating it with such a heavy base so that it doesn't skyrocket and then plummet, and
Okay.
skyrocket and plummet. You see?
Yeah. So you're de-risking it, but in the process of de-risking it, you're de-leveraging it. So where's the upside? Devil's advocate, Todd. No, I'm the angel's advocate.
Right. So the upside is in the community realizing that it's about acquiring as much of this token as a community, a global community, so that now we can all own our own store of value and exchange that in a decentralized fashion.
Go ahead.
And you know that the more people hold it, the more the value goes up, and it's not going to be like these other coins. Not that it's bad, I'm just saying this is reality. It's not going to be like, let's say, Bitcoin, where some of these wallet holders, if they move 100,000 Bitcoin into the market, it's going to shoot up.
Would you classify this as a surveillance coin instead of a privacy coin?
No, I would keep it as a pure token. I think that's the best way I could describe it.
Okay.
Because no one owns it. The liquidity in there you see right now, the almost 400 million, it's locked. I mean, this is an institutional grade token. It's meant for.
So time out, because I'm really interested in this to be able to, I'm just gonna share with you. I'm interested in this to get in on the ground floor investing, so that maybe let's make the math easy. Maybe $1,000 becomes $100,000 at some point, right? You've seen some of these coins over time. It's not crazy. $500 a Bitcoin at one point, it's $50,000 now. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, you talk about being institutional grade and nobody owns anything. Now I'm really confused, because are you saying that I'm putting my money into this, I'm getting tokens, but I don't own them?
No, the token holders own it, meaning there's no one source you can go to and say, oh, this guy owns M2. Like this, the creator actually owns the majority of the coin. And,
okay, got it.
They can dump on us. And, no, there's no one.
I see.
If the creators were to get hit by a bus, God forbid.
Yeah.
But if they were to get hit by a bus, this would live on.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you don't have, but you could have Michael Saylors of the world that come in and decide they like this coin, or Elon Musk wakes up tomorrow and says, you know what, I'm going to be on Saturday Night Live again in a month and I need to pump something else up. So I think I like this M2 story. So I'm going to put $1.5 billion of my treasury into M2. And so he'd be a whale. He'd be an M2 whale. So you could have M2 whales, and God bless America if we do, right? Because that just means the value is going to go up. But maybe I'm just going.
We're avoiding that. I mean,
yeah.
I can say this, that we're avoiding that. That's
okay.
And we've avoided it till now.
Okay.
For the purpose of it being community driven.
So I know this is not.
That's what I can say.
I know this. Let's just cut to the chase here. This is what my people want to know. Okay. So I hope you're going to be able to show us how people can get access to M2. I believe that it's trading about 0.004 something per penny or something like that. It's like next to nothing. Yeah, well, not really. I can't say that because it adds up, because you get so many of them. A small investment gets you so many of them. But like, I'll just be straight up. I don't mind because I've been relatively open with my story. I haven't gone down to this level, but like Shiba Inu, I have $535 of that. And that's 25 million SHIB. So I'm a 25 millionaire. But that's my point. It's only $536, right? So 25 million sounds like a big number, but it's not. So we're talking about, I don't even have it on here because I can't track it because it's not on. It can't be tracked. M2 can't be tracked anywhere, right? But I think I have like 3 million of them.
Okay.
All right. So the 3 million, if I heard you right earlier, it's not unrealistic that 3 million, which guys, we're talking a fraction of a penny to be able to get it. So don't let that, it's like you can have a lot too. Trust me. So, but you had mentioned that it is not unreasonable to think that upon adoption that you could see, like the XRPs of the world right now are trading over $1, that this could be trading over $1, if not more, right?
I mean, that's possible. I don't want to pump anything, but yeah, it's possible. It's in the future. It's built to be a currency that you would look to as opposed to the US dollar. I could say it that way, but I don't.
So you're suggesting this specific coin could replace the US dollar?
In functionality for exchange of value.
Okay.
Yeah, people could look at it because right now people are basing the SHIB you hold on the US dollar, but that's your basis, right? The US dollar really doesn't exist.
Right.
If you want to get it really doesn't exist, and most people that are listening don't know that their dollar has gone down a good 8 cents in value. No one just talks about it because no one's aware of it. So
it's gone down 8 cents in value. It's gone down 8 cents in value since when?
In about the last year. The way the markets are moving.
So with inflation, in my notes below, I usually I think I have a link to the Michael Saylor series on What is Money. And people, if you haven't gone in and watched that, you really should. He educates us about inflation. And the way that he looks at it as a CEO, he looks at it as purchasing power. Your dollars are losing about 15% of your purchasing power a year. So I don't have my thing. Let's do the math. I have my cell phone. So we're starting at $1. Let's say $100. So times 0.85, that's 15%. So now you're at $85. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next year times 0.85. Now you're at $72.25. So what does that mean? Mm-hmm. That means that it takes $100 or what? Wait, how would you phrase that? It's like what you used to be able to buy for $1 2 years ago. No, I'm sorry. What you can?
Yeah, it's gonna take you $1.15 now to get it.
Yeah, I'm going the other way. So today, what used to cost me $72.25 2 years ago now costs me $1. So let's go back 3 years times 0.85.
Yeah.
So what used to cost me $61.41 at the store 3 years ago now costs me $1. So that is the inflation that they talk about. Every year, your dollars in your bank account, if you're so proud of yourself that you keep adding 10% a year to your savings and your dollars keep going up, you're still losing 5% a year because your actual purchasing power is going down by 15%. And if you don't believe me, go to the store right now and buy some beef. You know, look at your, just look at all of your expenses. And you'll, if you ever wonder why, what the hell's happening in the housing market? Why is shit so expensive? That's inflation. Yeah. That's inflation. So that is why we get interested in cryptocurrencies, folks, because it is a hedge against inflation. Yeah. That is why these corporate CFOs are looking to invest a percentage of their treasuries into cryptocurrency. Whether it's going to, the winner is going to be Bitcoin or ETH or Cardano or XRP. I don't know. We don't know right now. So it's good to have a little bit of everything, but it's better to have some M2. So you're saying that M2 then is a hedge against inflation as well, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's created to be a stable store of value. It's not a flash in the pan idea. We have very long-term goals for this because we want to change lives in distressed parts of the world. That's the goal. So to purchase it right now, as a community, again, we are avoiding the VCs to gobble up bunches of it right now. That's what we're avoiding.
And for those of you who don't know what VC is, VCs are venture capitalists. So they're the ones that they come in to be able to invest. Well, it's Shark Tank, guys. Think about Shark Tank. You know what Shark Tank is, to where somebody will give you money, but you give a bunch of your company up when you do, and potentially control. And so you've avoided that. You've been able to bootstrap this without outside VC money.
Yeah. And I got to make it clear, the true founders of this, they have the ability to just bring in that money and make this look spectacular up front to people.
Right.
But
why are they so patient? Why are the founders so patient? What's in their nature, or are they independently wealthy already to where this is just something that they want to do for the greater good of the world? Are there really people like that?
They're really people like that.
Okay.
They're really people like that because people like that are really people like you and people like all of your listeners, because the real backbone of society is truly individuals who understand that we're a collective and we have to work together so that the collective can then prosper. As the tide rises, all of the boats rise with the tide.
But what you just said, in my mind, people could misinterpret that and say, this collective nonsense sounds a whole lot like socialism. But a collective, the difference is, people, a collective that is focused on work, on contributing, on leaning in, on leading with your chin versus your hand out. That's way different than a collective leading with their hand out, saying, give me some helicopter money so I can sit on my ass, right, and just live off the teat of the government. That's not what we're talking about here. Correct, Henry?
Absolutely. I mean, this is blockchain. There is no centralized entity, a government that is telling you what to and what not to do.
So they're not holding back any fancy pants and lollipops. So they're not saying that if you do this or don't do that, you can get this. This is like you either lean in and get something out of your energy, or you don't get none.
Right. So to that end, what we're doing with them too is creating a means for it's not a pump and dump. It's a means for people to acquire value in an ecosystem that is being developed.
Okay.
And it's being developed the right way. So next week we're going to go live.
All right.
I can say that we intended to go live this week, but the reason we did not is because some exchanges started to knock on our door making us offers because they see what we're doing and how we're doing it. And
fascinating.
They want us to come play in their sandbox, so to speak.
So why does this say April 28th, 2021? Why does this, I'm at B Social TV and I went to M2. And it says April 28th, 2021. So I don't know if that was some special date. The world will never know.
That was going to be our launch date.
Okay, so that was going to be your launch date. By launch date, are you meaning that you put it on some major exchanges?
Yeah, that's when we were going to.
Okay.
Right.
So,
but then those activities happened that I just mentioned.
Got it.
And we're postponing. Because we want to give the community the best advantage.
Okay, so I am at B Social. Let's just, I just want to back up just so people know. I'm at B Social, and you tell me if I'm going down the right path, because ultimately let's show people how they can get some. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you just go M2?
Yeah, good. Yeah, you're at B.social. You can click on M2.
And then there's the m2cash.com. Click on that.
Well, you can click on that and it'll show people. I'd like them to see the metrics on M2 Cash.
Okay, how do we see the metrics?
Yeah, if you click on it, it'll pull it up, the page for M2.
Where? I've clicked on M2 and it just shows me this placeholder page of April 28th, 2021.
Oh, you didn't go to the m2.cash?
You want me to go to m2.cash? Well, I think the link they have here is just m2cash.com, but I can go to m2.cash right now.
Yeah, m2.cash, just so folks can see where all the technicals are.
Okay, guys. There's the technicals.
Yeah, it shows the total liquidity. We're approaching 400 million in liquidity already.
Approaching 400 million. What's a coin that is on an exchange that people might know about that might be like this 400 million? Would that put you in the top 100 coins, 1,000 coins, 500 coins?
Well, on liquidity, that'd be, I mean,
I'm sorry, I was thinking market cap.
Yeah. I mean, on market cap, that'd be one of the top 100, but I mean, that's kind of irrelevant in that that's not our goal.
Okay, talk to me about the goal. Educate us on the total locked liquidity. What does that mean to us dummies?
Well, no, not dummies, just not exposed, to the industry. All it means is that's the amount of funds that are sitting in the value of the token itself. Everybody has pooled, they've purchased, and that's what.
So that is the cumulative value of everyone's investment to date?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought market cap was the cumulative value of investments to date in a coin.
Remember, we're not in the market yet.
Okay, so when I see everybody else's market cap, so you're saying that the market cap, when you get into the market, the more realistic market cap is the 400 million versus the 37?
Yeah, and it's going to change. That's something I I really can't speak to.
Okay, but I'm just going to do my simple Uncle V math. I'm going to compare current market cap of 40 million to total lock liquidity of 400 million. That looks a little bit like 10x to me. So does that? And I know this is not investment advice, but I'm just being real with the people. Does that mean that this is a project that one could say you could invest in, and at the point in time this sucker did hit some exchanges, you could see the total lock liquidity be a valid basis to establish a market cap that is public facing that might look more like 400 million instead of 37 million here. Do I have that right?
It's possible. We're not, and again, we're not shooting for hundreds of millions. We're shooting. We have a target where this has to be in the billions as far as your market capitalization for us to do what we want to do. So yes, that's a possibility, but I can't. Again, this isn't financial advice. We don't want to speculate or throw any hype out there.
Bullshit. I know you aren't, but this is Uncle V here. I'm looking at the 0.0047, and I'm thinking
just take what I said, that we're not looking for hundreds of millions in market capitalization. We need to be
in the billions.
In the billions, yeah. To begin to do what we want to do.
Understood. But in my, let's walk.
Take that for what it's worth, right?
Yeah. In my, let's walk before we run. To me, if I'm looking at this right now, this snapshot, and seeing the 0.0047 with the 37 million market cap and 400 million total locked liquidity, and then this thing hits exchanges and becomes exposed, public facing, that now I can start to understand why these early coins can so quickly, go 5x, 10x, 20x, 50x, just because it doesn't take that much to move the market cap. Because, like you said, you're talking about, for you to do what you want to do, it needs to be in the billions. And for everybody, just so you know, that Bitcoin is $1 trillion. So we aren't talking craziness here, especially when you look at the projects that this, the quality projects and the quality communities that is encompassed here. So this is what interested. This is why I'm sorry, but I just couldn't let go of this until I talked with you, because I'm like, we got to unpack this, and I'm glad we're talking. I really appreciate you coming on the show, because this is exciting as heck to me. All right. So Master, I am Grasshopper. Tell me how I can find M2 Cash to be able to buy, and how would I do it tonight?
Yeah. So first, we're both grasshoppers, right? And you would go to the exchange on bees.social.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to bees. And we go to what, M2?
Yeah, you'd hit that exchange and
then go to m2cash.com?
No. On bees.social. Bees.social.
Yep.
And it's good we can talk this through so that all of the viewers can do the same. So when you go to bees.social, you'll see on the left-hand menu, you see exchange.
We don't see exchange.
You have to click on the left menu. When you hover over the left side on bees.social.
All right.
I'm sorry. Click enter a hive. I'm sorry. Did you hook up your Metamask already?
No, I'm not anywhere near my Metamask.
Okay, click on enter a hive.
Where is enter a hive? There's home posts, M2 well tank, M2 Monday. We're at bsocialtv.com.
M2 is DC, and oh, look at that. We're updating as we're speaking. All right, so up the top, you see live stream, enter a hive, what's buzzing, contact.
None of that.
And you went to bees.social?
No, I'm at Bees Social TV. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, see, like I said, we're both grasshoppers hopping through this, right?
Okay, what the hell's happening? Show search. Let me just hit OK. Okay, so bees.social.
Yep, bees.social.
And that's it. No .com.
Correct.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas, everyone. So I was showing everyone something else then the whole time. I was showing them Bees Social TV. That's not you?
Yeah, Be Social TV is where you go to get all the info, the training, the podcasts on what is DeFi, what is blockchain. You learn about our projects, etc.
Okay.
That's like a media arm.
Okay, so now we're at bees.social. Okay, guys, I don't know what point we are. If somebody could just note it in the comments, just kind of mark this point and say this is where we start how to buy. And okay, so now we're at bees.social. Got it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to with my cell phone, just because I want to, because I'm not a young buck like you are, Henry. So I want to. There we go. I just wanted to get that. All right, we're bees.social. Enter a hive. You want me to enter a hive?
Yeah, go into enter a hive, and these hives are where
you're
projects.
I only heard like every fifth word you just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, in here where there's hives and farms, these are where you do the yield farming.
Okay.
For those 7 projects.
But, all right, you're cracking up. You sound like you're on.
I'm sorry. How's this?
That's better.
Okay.
All right, so we have a dashboard. Do you want me to go to Exchange?
Yeah. Go to Exchange.
Okay, I've clicked it. Do I have to connect a wallet first?
Yep, this is where you want to connect your Metamask wallet.
Okay, so I don't have it here. So why don't you walk people through it vocally?
Sure. So first thing, you want to connect your Metamask wallet as an extension on your browser.
Yep.
Once your Metamask wallet is opened as an extension on your browser, you would then click on Exchange. You would have your MetaMask wallet preloaded with the amount of ETH plus gas fees in ETH to make the transaction. So if you want to buy 1 ETH worth of M2, you probably want to top it up with like 1.1 ETH.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would go to Exchange, connect the wallet, and you see where it says on the top, you can click the drop down, the first asset, and you can choose between Ethereum or several stable coins. You could buy any of those stable coins, but typically we do it in ETH. So you click on ETH, and then you put the amount of ETH that you want to purchase. So let's say it's 1.
Okay, time out.
Yeah.
You lost me because I was tracking with you, connecting to MetaMask. And if I already have, let's say I have 10 ETH in MetaMask, then let's go from there first, because I'm not needing to buy any ETH at this point. Am I able to just connect that and buy the M2?
Yeah. Yeah, you connect it. And when you go to exchange
Mm-hmm.
and it's connected, the exchange, when you click ETH, it will show your balance of ETH in the exchange because it's connected through the DApp, the decentralized application.
Yes. And then how do I find the coin to buy?
And then, then down the bottom, you'll click the next drop down and it will show the available coins on our private exchange to purchase. And you'll see M2 at the bottom.
Okay. Okay. Damn. I wish we could do a share. I didn't know I needed to connect my MetaMask. Can you share your screen or no?
No, I can't do that right now.
Let me ask you this. Do you have, or can you prepare for me basically a tutorial on how to do that I can then post after this video? Because people are going to be really interested, and I'd like to get something that people could visually see as a tutorial.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Hold on one second.
Sure.
Because I'm sure our guys on these
social have done that.
Yeah, let's see. I am actually looking. Here we go. If you go to this is great. If you go to YouTube and you type in buy M2 token, video should pop up.
Hold on. I'm gonna just so that people can see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna back the bus up. Oops.
Back the bus up.
It's not gonna let me. Come on. Well, let me hit enter. I hit buy M2 token. Okay. Now, what do you want me to click on? The first one?
It should say how to use the B social exchange to buy M2 token, and it's 5 minutes.
Okay, so this, ladies and gentlemen, copy. I'm going to drop this into my notes. Hold on. Where the hell are my notes? I'm going to go to Henry, and this is going to be called, what is this called? How to use the Bees social exchange to buy M2 token. And I will paste this. So I'm gonna include this in the description, guys, so you can, because we're trying to make this easy for you guys. Hit the easy button. Okay, so now we're here, and I am going to skip the ads and then we're gonna. All right, everyone, the party's gonna begin. I'm just gonna let this play through, everyone.
So this is it. You're gonna start at bees.social, right? This is to get notified. If you're here a couple days early, you can come over here and pop here. But this will either continue to say enter a hive, or it will say join the exchange. Right. I think that's what it's going to say. So you click there. When that happens, everybody, that would normally ask you to sign into your MetaMask. Right there, what I did. I just want to make sure. When I click this, normally what would happen is this MetaMask would pop up, and then you would have to enter your password. So you would click there, enter your password to MetaMask. Mine's already hooked up. You go to here, exchange. This, you can use any 4 of these assets. This is a stable coin, USDC. This is DAI, another stable coin. USDT, another stable coin, and Ethereum. Those are the 4 assets that you can use to purchase M2. All right. Then down here, just like these are the 4 coins that are up here Okay. They'll
All right. I do want to interrupt real quick. So he's saying that you can use Ether and you can use those stable coins, right? Henry? Oops.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You can use Ether.
And the reason
or
why
those stable coins.
I'm asking this, so people are having a tizzy about the gas fees of Ether. So if somebody wanted to buy USDC, they could do that, and they could have that USDC in their MetaMask wallet, right? They could send it to their MetaMask, and they could use that, and then your gas fees are going to be next to nothing, right?
I do not know how the gas fees will change. They move moment by moment, day by day.
Okay, I just know ETH is crazy high, but okay, we'll continue. I just wanted to confirm that. But bottom line, you have to have some of this to be able to use it as the currency of exchange to get your M2 tokens, right?
Correct. And I want to point out these guys that you're listening to, Ray, and the other guys on the call, they are the community of the Uncle V's.
Okay, great.
All right, we're all, and I want to drive that home because we're all the same, man. We're working this thing together.
Okay,
these guys have brilliantly put this community together to be able to explain everything. Like, you can even go through the videos on B's social TV on YouTube, and you'll see like how to set up a MetaMask account, what is DeFi, et cetera.
That's great. Okay, so everybody, that is a quality resource for us newbies to go just get some free learning. We don't even have to pay tuition, just our time. The only tuition is our time. Okay.
One more, it'll say M2. All you'll do is click M2, put in the type of currency you want to use, and you'll put in whatever, 12, whatever. And then there you go. You'd get your M2 by swapping. It'll put it in your MetaMask. And now you are a proud owner of M2 Cash. That's how easy it's going to be. So don't get all wired up. This is going to be very simple move. And, we'll all get in, Wednesday or Thursday.
What fees will be when you make that exchange?
It will be Ethereum. Same thing, gas fees from the Ethereum, right? Ethereum exchange. It's all done.
And you have that little gas station up at the top up there so people can gauge what the fees are going to be.
So you'll see it's pretty low still, right? But we'll never know. We do not know what.
We don't set those gas fees.
Almost did all fives. Look, it just changed. Look at this one, 2020, 25, 20. This is good signs, everybody. Good signs.
So the point is on the gas is that when you guys are putting your value in the USDC or whatever your cash is, make sure that you leave enough left over in your ETH account.
Oh,
right.
To be able to pay those gas fees. And you can come in here and play with this and figure out what you need to do.
Oh, that's important.
With what you have.
And that's even this too.
Okay, so that's important. So you do need to have Ether to be able to do this, right?
You need like what I was saying. If you wanted to put one ETH in, you'd have to have like 1.1 ETH, let's say, to pay for gas fees.
Right. Or if you had the equivalent of 1 ETH, let's say that would be like 1 ETH now is $3,500. So let's say you'd have to have 3,500 USDC, but you'd still have to have that 0.1 ETH in there to cover the gas.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. You got to cover gas fees.
Okay, because this is on an Ethereum blockchain, right? So for the privilege, think of it as, what we're doing here is we're going up the on-ramp to a toll road, and to have the privilege of that toll road that is nice and has, 6 lanes, and you can drive fast, and it doesn't matter what the toll road, the Ether toll road, is agnostic as far as what car you're driving or what token that you're putting on there, as long as, you know, it's approved by Ether. It's an, you know, Ether car or Ether token. So it could be M2, or it could be a myriad of other coins that have the approval to ride on that super highway. But they're going to take a toll. So you're paying the toll, the gas toll, whether your car of preference is an Ether coin or it's a USD coin, you're still going to have to pay the toll. How about that? I have to talk in visual terms, or I'll never understand.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Let me continue.
You're right, Patrick. If you went into as a stable coin, you better have Ethereum to pay gas. If you have one of these 3 coins, right? Oh, this light one down, Chin. If you have one of these 3 coins, then you will need some Ethereum. And I mean, I don't know. I would say $50 to $100 to be safe. I don't know. I'm just saying. But $50 to $100 of Ethereum if you're going to use any of these other coins, and then you'll have plenty.
It doesn't matter then. Let me just point this out, that if you're starting out with $100, you can buy $100 worth of M2 cash, or $100,000 of M2 cash.
That's right.
When you come in here on Thursday, and you can do the same thing, and your gas fees are still going to be under $150.
Yes.
There's no ratio, proportion, or anything like that. So the guy who pays 100 pays the same amount as the guy who buys 100,000.
That's the toll.
That's exactly right. It has nothing to do with the amount. It has to do with how difficult the transaction is. Like there's a lot of different things. When we're going into pools, when we were doing this for these hives, this was different. These going into here is quite different. This has a lot of these things are going out. You guys remember when we were doing this before? We were going to like 4, 5, 6, 7 different websites, and that's all the different. That's how difficult the transaction is. So that's what you're paying, not about how much you're spending, right? And also another thing, a factor that comes in.
Look at that! Awesome.
Another factor that comes in is how many people are doing it at the same time. You know, transactions of the different ecosystem, right?
Right.
That's cool. All right, where's my... All right. Let me put that on pause. There we go. There we go. Okay, ETH gas fees are $120 right now. Oof, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, gas fees change.
I recently did something using my Metamask earlier today, and was buying some Hex, and I was surprised the gas fees were didn't seem bad at all. I mean, I was expecting just an oof, but it
right
wasn't. I have someone in the comments that has a wrench that says, "Get ready for Pulse Chain." That's what I'm getting ready for, man. You got to figure out, David, how to tell us how to get that. Maybe, David, I know that's you. I see you, David. And maybe we have you or whoever you're talking about on, so that you two can tell us how to get Pulse Chain, because that seems like an exciting project too. Again, we are not shilling for coins, but it's just there are some projects that are getting our attention, and where there's some credibility behind them, we'll expose you to it. But you are a big boy and a big girl with big boy pants and big girl panties. I know, David, every other Friday evening you wear your big girl panties. But that's okay. We don't judge. We don't judge our tribe here. So, okay. So thank you. That lets everyone know how to be able to buy M2. Now the key is once it then goes live, when I am in my Blockfolio app or when I am in my CoinMarketCap app, at some point in time soon, like within the next week, I should be able to plug in, you know, M2 and it should pop up and I could be able to add it to my portfolio, right? I'll be able to point it to a certain exchange. Which exchange, or do we know?
Yeah, we're going to unveil which exchange either this weekend or early next week. So I can't really speak to that right now.
So,
however, once we're there, yeah, you'll be able to point to it. It'll show up shortly after on the tickers also. You know.
Okay, so on that exchange then, instead of going through the process we just went through here through the MetaMask or whatever, and sorry to ask a stupid question, but let's magically say that it was Coinbase that launched this. So then somebody could simply go there, plug in M2, and let's say that they had their bank account connected and they could deposit $1,000 into, you know, USDC or T or whatever. Then they could use that to be able to buy their cash fund to be able to then buy M2, right? On that specific exchange. They wouldn't have to have MetaMask, or they still need MetaMask somehow?
At first, folks, it'll be best for them to have MetaMask. Just because of the way the ERC20s work. MetaMask is just really good. Also, it's decentralized.
Can you tell us what an ERC20 is and what MetaMask is, just to break it down for us who have heard the terms but don't understand it?
Yeah. In a nutshell, the easiest way is the ERC20 are tokens that are on the Ethereum network. There's different types, which we won't get into, but ERC20 is a token on the Ethereum network.
Okay.
And MetaMask is a wallet where it's yours. There's a saying in crypto, if it's and not your keys, not your crypto. If you don't hold the private keys, if you don't hold the seed phrase to your wallet, it's really not your crypto. For example, if you go to blockchain.com and you open up a wallet, you get your own seed phrase.
Okay.
If you go to a centralized exchange, a lot of them out there, you don't have your own seed phrase. So cold storage wallets, you have your own seed phrase. MetaMask, you have your own seed phrase.
Okay. So it's kind of like if you're taking your tokens and you're driving down that ETH super highway, and if you could imagine there was an off ramp that was only yours, that basically you only had the code to drive your car, your coins off that off ramp to park it. Nobody else could get in unless you gave them the little access code to plug it in, like the garage door opener goes up. Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, that's a good example. That's a decent example. It's yours, and it's only for you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and again, the downside for some is if you lose your password, there is no 800 number to call.
Well, there is an 800 number to call, but the customer service is going to really suck. You know, that 800 number is going to be your own cell phone because you are your own bank.
Exactly.
Yeah. So everyone needs to know that and be ultra anal on that. Have him explain the hives, farm, swarm, well tank, all of that. Do we want to go back there for? Where would we find
How about we do that? Yeah, how about we do that another night? We're pushing on 2 hours over here on the call. I mean, it's a great call, but I think this is a lot of info for people. And
what, you're not into the Uncle V marathons? We've gone for 4 hours, people. No, that's cool. I really appreciate you coming on, and we'll do more, because I still have a ton of questions. But no, so this is the moral of the story here is this is a pre-public published coin that you can currently get access to. We showed you how to get it. And it's up to you. It's your move. If you like what you've heard tonight, and I hope you do. I'm not shilling for this. How much did you pay me to do this interview? And how hard did you track me down to say, Uncle V, I really need to get on zero or zero? I think it was zero.
Yeah, 0 and 0. It's really funny because actually a mutual friend who knew I was doing a project like this, he said to me, hey, we have a big real estate project that we're building in another country. We want to tokenize it. Is that something that you could do? But yeah, absolutely. That's what we do. We take projects that are real and we tokenize it. He says, oh, great. By the way, how's XYZ doing? I said, oh, great. He said, why don't you come on my call tomorrow, which was last Friday. Then I got on that Saturday. You were on that call.
Yeah.
That's when I explained everything. And then he hooked me up with you, and now here we are.
That's how this world works. 6 degrees of separation, they say. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, I'm excited to have a follow-up conversation with you. And you'd mentioned Ray, and we can explore other ways that we can bring our community to you and your community to us. And we can just cross-pollinate, if you will. We can join we can hitch our ranches together and just have a bigger plot of land and screw everybody else, man. We're going to be fortified, and don't mess with us. We're self-sustaining, guys. We're doing good here.
Right.
And we don't wear masks on this ranch. Just saying. No vaccines allowed.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
we are. They call some people the knuckle draggers. Well, we're the air breathers. We're the air breathers.
Uncle like that. We're the air breathers.
Fresh air breathers.
That is perfect.
Non-filtered fresh air breathers. Man. That's us, and that's what you get when you come to this channel. And I hope people know this interview is what you get when you come to this channel, and you just hang in there, because I never know what I'm going to talk about at the beginning of a day or beginning of a week, but it always ends up kind of coming together. And it's only because there are awesome, cool people in our community that are crazy like me. So thank you very much. We are going to follow up, and I asked for an hour and I got 2, so I feel like I need to double down and invest in more M2, because I think that's a good sign. It's going to move. Yeah, it's going to go to the moon.
This is we're going to do big things, and and I want to make it clear to everybody, this is not a flash in the pan. This is
right.
We're not saying that this is something where you get involved and you're just gonna make $1 million. That's not the goal of what we're doing. The goal of what we're doing is to create an environment where people that are interested in crypto need to ask every single question that they have, can come into this community, the B social community, Uncle V's community, lock arms, and as a result, find projects that are sustainable. You're going to find projects that your leverage. You
just nailed something. You just opened up the windows for me. Thank you. So basically, Uncle V gets involved in the bees community, and basically has a seat at the community table, as does all of my team. And what that provides us is keen insight into other vetted projects. So instead of going out solo and all of us just like pissing in the wind, on what the next big project's going to be or whatever, within the community, there are lots of other smart people who are like-minded who are doing their own vetting. And at some point in time, they bubble up to the greater conscience, the group conscience, to be able to say, that's a winner. That's worth us backing. And then the community in its entirety focuses, and that's what creates the next beautiful thing, because it's been filtered through like-minded eyes and minds. Yes?
Exactly. And I'm going to jump in right there. This will be the last point. What you just described is not the shark tank, but it's what we call the whale tank. And the whale tank is part of our bees.social community that does exactly what you just described. But let's save that for the next call.
You got it. Well, we'll make this a habit. We'll figure out the right cadence, but we'll make this a habit to continue the discussion.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Really appreciate you guys, as always. And yeah, man, we'll follow up and we'll make sure it's part 2. But everybody out there, man, just go, to your level of comfort. Just go get some M2 so that we can go on this journey together. And or not. This is not investment advice. I don't know shit. Just kind of making our own way and sharing the struggle. So, okay, guys. All right, everyone have a good evening, and thank you so much, Henry. Really appreciate you. Cheers.
You got it, Uncle V. We'll be talking very soon.
All right, man.